And now more action from the Pacific Coast Cutting Horse Association Derby and Classic Challenge. It's time for the 5- and 6-year-olds.
We have the Open Reserve 5-6-year-old champion Hick Chickaroo by Docs Hickory out of Roosters, Chickaroo, ridden by our good friend Scott Weiss from Ojai, California. You know, Scott's won over $3 million to cut and pin.
Yeah, Tim, and Hick Chickaroo himself has won $130,000. I think out of all the 5- and 6-year-olds, this is probably my favorite. Big, strong, pretty stallion by Docs Hickory.
Very consistent horse, very consistent. He's owned by Latigo Canyon out of Los Olivos. Fred Steck does a lot of charity work for the Pacific Coast Cutting Horse Association.
Yeah, you know, he donates $25,000 to the Pacific Coast Youth Fund given away at our Pacific Coast Trainers Banquet. And just a big supporter of the Pacific Coast.
This is a great horse. I just like the way this horse stops, and Scott sure shows him good. Always consistent, always in the hunt. You know, he won 3 of the 4 days of the Open a couple of weeks ago at a Maben Ranch cutting, and this horse was just dead on the money.
You know, Tim, I talked to Scott. He has made the finals at every age event from 3-year-olds on except for 2.
Wow.
And that's hard to do.
He's going to mark a 2:23 in this go. He's going to win over $11,200 for this little run right here.
Look at this horse stop right here. He's got this cow trapped right in the middle of the pit.
Boy, he does, just like you want him to do.
I mean, the judges had a tough call here. They had 2 great horses.
And we have the 5-6-year-old Open champion, Freckles Are in Style. This is a mare by Doc Stylish Oaks out of I Know a Secret by Freckles Playboy. Owned by Cows and Horses, etc. Shown by Tim Smith from Temecula, California. You know, Tim's won over $4 million in cut and pin.
Yeah, and this mare's won $160,000. Tim was the very first horse in this bunch. In fact, I settled the cows for Tim. Did a great job of showing this horse. I mean, look how quick she is. Look at big stopper, quick, smart horse.
You know, this has been one of the most consistent horses on the Pacific Coast this year, I think, and last year too. She's just always been good. She's got a non-pro rider, John Kratzer, really. He owns this mare and does a great job with her. He's won quite a bit of stuff on her. Boy, look at her stop there. Turns. She has that Playboy bend in her, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. You know, Tim marked a 2:19 in the first go-round, came back and marked a 2:18.5 in the second round, and marks a 2:24. Very first horse out. Judges said, here's the score. Come beat it, guys.
Yeah. He won $14,186 for this ride right here. That's a pretty good payday, don't you think?
It's a great payday. Look at this mare just trapped this cow right here in the middle of the arena.
Tim always looks good on a horse, doesn't he? He's a big, tall guy and always looks good. And we have Smart Like Jeep right here with the non-pro 5-6-year-old champion stallion, ridden by Janet Westfall from Los Olivos, California. She's a Hall of Famer, won over $600,000 in her career.
Yeah, you know, Tim, this young stallion has won $63,682 to date. It's out of the great mare Smart Like Dusty, who has won over $150,000.
By the good stud, Genuine Jeep, that Russ has showed and promoted for quite a while. Her husband, Russ, is one of our better trainers in the United States, actually.
Russ and Janet also own CD Royal, whose offspring have won close to $600,000.
Wow, that's pretty good. This is sure a nice horse, isn't he? He just gets on his butt there and got a lot of presence in the pen there.
You know, Janet marked a 2:18, followed it up with a big 2:20 in the second round, and finished up with a 2:22 in the finals.
Look at that head-to-head right there. Made a nice cut there, finish her run up. She's going to win $6,500 for this win. Here we have the $200,000 non-pro 5-6-year-old champion, Miss Okie, owned by Carmel Cutting Horses, ridden by the good non-pro Tom Durrett. You know, Phil, this class was developed for the non-professionals that hadn't won over $200,000 in their career. It's a great class.
Yeah, you know, Tom, he's a huge Pacific Coast Cutting Horse Association supporter, a member of the board of directors, and probably has some of the best horses on the coast.
Boy, he really does, and sells them, buys and sells them. Has some really good products to work with. He scored a 2:22 in this run, won over $5,900 for this performance.
Look at this mare right here, trap this cow. What a great job Tom's been doing.
Here we have the 5-6-year-old amateur champion, Sequestrator, owned by Bob Williams from Red Bluff, California, shown by Bob.
You know, Bob's won over $28,000. He won the first go scoring at 218 and come back and won the finals with a 219, Tim.
Boy, I can see why. This is sure a nice horse, and he does a nice job of showing him.
You know, he won $2,600 on this run right here. He had a great week. Todd BMAT helps him, and he's done a great job.
Nice mare by somebody smart. Well, this is Tim Stewart with my good friend Phil Benedum. Hope you enjoyed watching the 2008 Pacific Coast Derby Classic Challenge from Paso Robles, California. We'll see you next time.
Well, that was exciting. What great horses. We want to thank NCHA judges Tim Stewart and Phil Benedum for their commentaries and Video West for the show footage. Think you want to try cutting? Go to the website to learn more about this great sport. If you enjoyed watching this and want to see more of this type of programming, please call or email us. Tell us what you think.